Alright everybody, hi, welcome to ARTV for the night. It is the 8th of July 2025, and I think I'm gonna play Dishonored 2 tonight, as I have yesterday, and 7 weeks ago. Last time we did Mission 3, which was the Admire Institute. That was quite nice. Took me a good, I guess it was like the better part of 2 hours, 2.5, somewhere like that. I got everything. I think I looked at everything. But I got seen everywhere and also somehow, I mean I know how, but somehow killed 4 people. That's right. Maybe today it'll be a little bit different. Let me just get some tweets out there, set up some more metadata for these broadcasts, and I'll be with you shortly. Don't touch that down now, we're just getting started. Okay, I kinda hate to interrupt this, but we are good to go. It feels like this is the track this video game ends off, and I'm kind of mad that I'm listening to it. This is the whole shtick of why I don't listen to the soundtrack before I even get to the part where it's from, but you know, that's just a me issue that I'll have to live with now, I think. Yeah. Anyway, hi, I'm on the computer, television, whatever. Let's try that. It's a little bit lower, but oh, there just needs to be a little bit of air above my head. I didn't like it. I know I moved it sideways, so it has to be like that. No, it's even worse now. How does it progressively just get worse? No. Eventually I'll get it, don't worry. I've only done this for 10 years. That's probably good enough. I'm in my wife beater because it is fucking pissing hot and I can't have the windows open because my neighbors will fucking bang down my door and insist in their Draculian fucking language that I shut the fuck up forever. So here I am in my own Dutch oven of a fucking room with all the lights turned on with a fan giving me a slight like wash and go breeze. Look at that. You saw that? There we go. So yeah, that's my only mode of cooling, and I also have like a entire pot full of ice water to hopefully keep me... Sorry, this is taking forever. Keep me moisturized before I dry up into a crispy husk. Man, the silence is deafening. Alright. Last time, I think we said we're going to pay Kieran Jindosh a visit. The man with the clockwork mansion. And probably a lot of clockwork. What were they called? Clockwork Warriors? I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. We're on the Dreadful Whale. And we have to talk to Megan Foster about the best way to reach the home of Kieran Jindosh, Grand Inventor to the Duke of Serkonos. And apparently runes can be used to gain and upgrade supernatural powers. Wouldn't have known that.
In his day, Sokolov was Dunwall's genius. He transformed our city with his inventions. Electricity for the factories and carriages racing along above the streets. As I grew up, his buzzing and glowing devices kept me safe. His stories always made me giggle, and his outrageous conversation shocked aristocrats and overseers alike. Now, all these years later, Kieran Jindosh is Karnaka's genius. A mad inventor who has given the Duke sinister machines that move like people but aren't. Clockwork soldiers that fight and kill. I've got to find out where Sokolov's being held and bring the old man back alive. Rescue one genius and cage the other before he creates an army of clockwork soldiers.
That's something in it. Visions? Well, maybe not yet. Meet with Megan, is what they tell us. Am I docking this? No, I'm not. A moment, please. Don't believe that. Yeah, alright. Okay, so this should limit it to somewhere I'm talking. I am missing a lot of stuff. Those are new, and I apparently got a helmet from somewhere. Can't really tell you where, but I probably inhaled it, among other items. There's a bunch of things I didn't read last time. Of Vera Mori's belongings. That's actually... I had this thought yesterday when I was... not yesterday, today, when I was awake. Isn't Vera Mori one of those names that Granny Rags had at some point? She's gone by a couple. I'm pretty sure it is. No, there's nothing to indicate it outside of that name, I think. Obviously like an aristocrat and carving runes and shit, so maybe, yeah. What do we have here? I read that one for sure. Sokolov's abduction, how about that? Different. The dock captain just sent word that he spotted Sokolov, knows his habits, says Sokolov buys whale blood off boats by the gallon. I also remember reading that. Crown Killer rampage continues. I feel like, you know what, fuck it. It's fine. Vera Mori's diary. I read this. Did I read this? I didn't. 12 of the month of High Cold, 1810. My physician says I should keep a journal, says it would do me good to reflect on my ways and deeds. Says the mark on my hand is just a tattoo or blemish from birth, and that the black-eyed boy is only in my head. Pfft. Bunch of fools. I found where the administrator keeps the whiskey. Snuck a bottle back into my room, easy as that. I think I could stuff a whale under my jacket and dance the gavotte and they wouldn't notice. What will my sweet physician say about that? Oh, my dreary old husband. Oh, my Vera. What have you done now? Mumble, mumble. Appearances and whatnot. 16th. Same month. Oh no, month of hearts. 1810. Must go home and collect my carved bones. Such pretty things, brought all the way from Pendizia. How warm they feel in my hands. There's power there. Something I could learn to harness. That's why I've been trying to be a proper lady again, with clean nails and perfumed handkerchief. My physician says if I'm still behaved by the end of hearts, they might send me home. So I smile and curtsy, and ask for tea in the afternoon, comb my hair, drink my medicines, and I stop trying to bite the attendants. Ain't she a peach? Anyway, how about the travelogue? It's the same menu. I suppose this. The Crown Killer is no more. Next Jindosh. I finally uncovered how my enemies created the Crown Killer. What better way to erode confidence in me before the coup? If I had stopped to think about it for even a few minutes, maybe I could have kept my people's trust. But that would have required patience, and my advisors always remind me that I have none of that particular trait. But to use Hypatia's own serum against her, horrible. I'm happy I could find a cure. She's a brilliant alchemist. Now she can continue her research to help the people of Serkonos. I wasn't able to rescue Sokolov. He's been taken elsewhere, to Kirin Jindosh's mansion. He's the inventor of the Clockwork Soldier, not warrior, but that's fine. If he's able to use Sokolov's genius for his own plans, it might be very, very bad. I've seen his killing machines in action at Dunwall Tower. I can't allow Delilah to have such an ally. I don't know, my voice cracked there, but it did. I'm sure Jindosh takes pleasure in keeping his intellectual rival captive. Well, it won't be for long, if I have anything to say in it. A dreadful whale. What a weird name. It's hard to sleep on this ship, and when I do, my dreams are troubled. Well, I'm awake now and thinking about Sokolov. I remember him at the Pound Pit's pub. So long ago, trapped like a beast in a cage. He smelled of stale piss and rotting meat, but they couldn't break him. He held onto himself and picked up again as my tutor, something I needed in the aftermath of my mother's death. Beware of dignitaries bearing gifts, he used to tell me, but I was still a child, and I liked gifts. I thought nothing sounded more pleasant, now I know better. I also find myself thinking of Callista, my old governess. She always wanted to travel the world on a big boat. Eventually she left Dunwall, then stopped writing for a few months later. Well. Why do I remember her dying somehow? Maybe I read something somewhere. That's still the same book. And that's the syringe that I injected into the stem of that lady. Already 100 coins, thank you, Megan. Doctor, a patient needed a place to sleep, so I cleared the stuff out of the spare cabin. I was able to sell most of it. Here's what's left of the money. It's not a lot, I know. Whey oil was expensive and under Imperial rationing decree, but you know that. There was a... whatchamacallit? A ledger somewhere upstairs.
Watch the faces of those who bow the most deeply, or some such.
Talk to you in a moment.
What did I do? What did I do? All these faces and the Duke's voice lulling me, then feeling her push me down into sleep. Oh, you're here.
Doing okay, lady?
Stay with me a moment.
Sure will.
Dr. Hypatia, can you remember anything that might help me? I need to find Anton Sokolov. He could be the key to unraveling the Duke's plans.
My memories are disjointed. The Duke is close to his grand inventor, Kirin Jindosh. But that man has the empathy of a mantis. He seems to both admire and despise Sokolov. We visited Aramis Stilton. I liked him. But something bad happened. Just snatches of memory. Sorry.
You should rest easy for a while. Maybe some of that will help.
I hope so. I'm not sure I even fully understand what you did for me, but I owe you for helping me at Admire. Thank you.
I'm not entirely sure what I did anyway, so... I guess we're both in the same boat. Ha 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 ha! I didn't tell you a fucking blast, huh? Isn't this the one that was blocked earlier? I guess she freed it up. If I need more, I can get it. What else could she tell me?
My dreams are still filled with visions. Some of which I'd sooner forget. When I first got here, I was in a daze. But I'm feeling better. I'm not sure how long I'll stay here, but I appreciate being away from Admire. A few days' recovery has helped. It might be the salty air or the rocking of the boat. Maybe just being around good people again. Maybe someday, Karnaca will return to the way it was under the old Duke. Theodanis. You be careful. Unless someone can correct all this, the next decade or more might be gloomy indeed.
And that's all. What can this heart tell me about you now?
It's as if she's emerged from a long, black dream.
Oh, she has.
Spirit has been unburdened, and she's gaining strength each day.
They have changed these lines.
There's a sense within her of what she's done, but only impressions. Her patient's mood improves. She looks forward to seeing patients again. Already, she's thinking about an old patient suffering from ARTV. She wants to know how the woman's progressing.
Boanthropy.
The patient studied at the Academy of Natural Philosophy under Pierre Joplin and Anton Stockholm. He brought his dying son by boat, braving the rocks. She watched as the soldiers drove him away. She cares for the patients, treats them with compassion, often refuses their money. Believes she studied in Dublin before returning to the south. She has a special interest in the lung and eye conditions prevalent in the Dust District. I told you all there is to know about this woman.
Okay, if you say so. I won't object. Dr. Hypatia's notes. On a boat with friends, I believe. I slept, thankfully, without the usual nightmares. Perhaps the sea air does me good. The captain, Megan Foster, brought some tea earlier. Such an interesting woman. She seemed to understand about my strange disjointed memories and the feelings of dread that accompanied them. As soon as I am able, I must return to Adamire. So much of the last few months seems a blur. What was I accomplishing? What of my research into serums for the Black Spittle? My work was so easily derailed, I can only conclude I was suffering from a complete exhaustive breakdown. I will need time to recover. Alright. Anything else interesting going on in this room? Appears not.
Megan must be up on deck.
Oh, she did vanish. Interesting. Anything changed? Another week, another leak. I wasted hours on it, but couldn't get it stopped. Shut the water off, assuming I can find the crank wheel. Something to deal with once Circle is safe. Buy onions, hold down oil, check bridge tubing. There's a crank wheel somewhere. Find the crank wheel. Let's use dark vision here.
That wasn't here before. Botany and diseases.
Let's have a look then. Transcript of a lecture given at the Academy of Natural Philosophy by Alexandra Hypatia. Here we have the final stage of blood fly infection. The patient is 37 years of age and was a scorehead mistress before her unfortunate encounter with a large nest in her deceased uncle's greenhouse. Note the lesions on her face and arms and the larval swellings throughout the body. But what the drawings cannot show you is her demeanor before death. The most striking symptom of progressed infection is the protective attitude demonstrated towards the nests. This tells us, even prior to the autopsy, that the larvae, or their byproducts, have infected the intention center of the victim's brain. Direct your attention to Silvergraph image 4. There is no cure once the condition has advanced this far, though you can make your patient less agitated with a generous dosing of opiates. The subject died 3 days after the Silvergraph was taken. And here is the fully mature insect after its post-blood fly transformation. Now in beetle form, note it has dropped its wings. It is no longer aggressive and has many beneficial qualities, especially in the field of agriculture. Without these insects, many crops across Serkonos would suffer, leading to loss of yield and a marked reduction in profits. So is that...
Ramsey and the Crown Killer. 2 pieces of the puzzle. More to go.
So that might just either be Hypatia digging around this room, or Billy trying to learn something from her. It's changed over here.
To reach Jindosh, I'll have to take the carriage through Lower, then Upper Aventa.
Okay. So we're moving from here to a different neighborhood completely. Aventa Quarter. Quick Soldier Basics, newspaper clipping.
12 clockwork soldiers. Jindosh changed the Empire. What would he do with an army?
12 personnel. After last week's disaster, the Grand Inventor, Kirin Jindosh, circulated the following information related to his clockwork soldiers. All Grand Guard personnel should read this report. The clockwork soldier is protected by armored wooden plates. If some miscreant destroys these, then there's nothing protecting the vulnerable mechanisms underneath. If something knocks off the clockwork's head, the thing will attack anyone it can, ally or not. This means you. Given the expensive optics Master Jindosh has provided each clockwork with, they can see in front and in the back. Remember that if another one of them goes haywire, if some fool is able to get close enough, there is a small panel on each clockwork that can be rewired, which will invert their perception of friend and foe. Again, that means you get attacked. Keep these things in mind, and the clockwork will be an asset and not a liability. 3rd Lieutenant Fiora Diaz. So, out of all these options, it sounds like I'm mostly trying to avoid these guys. And if it really hits the fan, I hit through the armored wooden plates to find the weak mechanism somewhere in there.
I wonder how recently this silvergraph image of Jindosh was made.
Wait, does Jindosh? Why does he need him?
Find you, Anton.
No one should perish in the mines.
Hypatia did terrible things under the influence of her formula, but she's free now. So the Crown Killer was a tool of the Duke's coup. The murders had a calculated effect.
Yeah. Again, I find it odd that there's a portrait of Delilah there, considering what she was capable of doing with the statue previously. It almost feels like, what is it? The Weeping Angels. There's a crank. Attach the crank wheel. I don't know where I'm attaching it to, but I will no doubt be fine. There we go. She's been trying to keep that together. Some crank uses the lock when released or when fully rotated. Well, that was quite nice. Is there anything more in the Heidi corner? No. Anyone dropped anything in the toilet? Nope. Not there either. I think to go upstairs and have a look at the ledger, see what she's spending that money on. She's already by the skiff. There's another crank wheel. If you don't find the first, maybe I'll need more of them as time goes on. Still not entirely sure who that is. Feel like I had a hunch at one point, but now I don't. Megan Foster's notebook. I'm starting to understand why Anton wanted to go to Dunwall to seek Emily's help. She's impressive. I have to wonder if she's really suited for palatial life. Maybe she wonders that herself sometimes. We could have been good friends at a time when I was running across the rooftops like she is now, watching my enemies from the shadows. Just hope she's breathing tomorrow morning so I can complain when she puts her dusty boots up on the table again. I've lost so many friends. First my sweet Deidre. Others along the way. Good old Aramis Stilton, who disappeared 3 years ago, and now Anton. Maybe this is my punishment of bad luck. Please, Emily, bring him back. Isn't that a nice thought? Still taking in the booze. Man, look at that. And that's some pretty visuals. And those seem three-dimensional as well. Very low fidelity, but they seem pretty good. But that is a scene. Anyway. What am I missing? I read all of these currently. We're gonna do with some fancy bone charms, huh? Craft 3, high chance to be corrupted. What do I not want? Traits cannot be learned from these two. Lung capacity is alright. Generate mind, incendiary radius. One new trait. I thought it would be like a random assortment of traits, perhaps, but I guess it's not exactly that kind of system. I got Domino, which I think will be useful when dealing with groups. I kind of want to do Shadow Walk. Where enemies were generally knocked out if hit by thrown object. But this upgrade is possible even in combat. Oh, is that true? So, if I just threw a bottle at someone's head, it would knock them out from afar? Interesting. Let's get Shadow Walk. Night shadows open up new pathways. Assassinate or incapacitate up to 2 enemies before turning to physical form. Increased while in stealth. Yeah, let's try that. It gives me more options anyway. We do 4, and then keep that at 6. Keep that at 2. The other ones, I don't need too much. I can select them manually.
Push out into the harsh world. You are alone. but for a few allies. Those around you cannot see me. I am here and not here when you call to me.
Okay. So they can't see the heart.
The story once of a sailor caught forever in a fog. It traveled with her across all the seas. I am that sailor. There will come a time when we must part. I only tell you this in the hope to make easier our farewells. If we should become parted someday, remember that I know exactly who you are, and that I treasure you. I wonder if you remember me as I was. Sometimes I think of those days. Do you?
I think it's more disturbing in this one that she is very much self-aware that she was Jessamine Caldwin, understands her relation to people. I feel like in one it was a little bit more ambiguous. Here she's very much self-aware that she is a heart that I am squeezing with a bunch of clockwork and whale bones and wires around it.
When this crisis has passed, you must promise to release me. I am tired. How long, my dearest? How long must I endure in this shadow state?
And she is suffering. Okay, that's progressively getting... Sorry for squeezing you. I didn't mean it. I'm probably missing other cool things around the boat. But, should be alright. What can you tell me about her? I'll squeeze you again.
I can see why you like her. She's almost as secretive as you. Naked Foster. She wasn't always a ship captain. It was years ago. The two were inseparable. There was no food, but there was love. Those brief days on the street with her childhood friend. The happiest time she's known.
We've kind of heard those voice lines before. Enterprise is not even that far away. It's right there. So we're not being particularly stealthy about the whole thing, but sure. Alright, let's try and get to a mission, huh?
Let's hope your friend doesn't sink the boat while we're gone. Ready?
Sure.
Ready.
All right, let's get underway.
I just realized that little animation is probably the equivalent of Corvo, like flipping over the mask and putting it on. The Clockwork Mansion. Anton Sokolov is being held in the mansion of Kieran Jindosh, grand inventor of and Duke and creator of the Clockwork Soldier. Get inside, rescue Sokolov, and eliminate Jindosh before he builds an army of Clockwork Soldiers.
Jindosh is important to the Duke's inner circle. The Grand Guard watches his mansion, and they'll call down the entire city if they find out who you are.
I'll make sure they don't. You said there's a wall of light cutting off access to the carriage station?
Yes, but there's a black market shop nearby. They sell on the sly. Ever use a rewiring tool?
Corvo taught me the theory.
Good. Get past the wall of light, then ride the carriage to where Jindosh lives. And there's a reason people are afraid of his mansion.
I'll get it done.
I'm gonna take care of this crazy man and his Clockwork Soldiers, then bring Sokolov back. He means a lot to me.
I feel like a thing is happening where, because of the amount of information I'm sucking up through all of these notebooks and all of that, I'm getting to hear a lot of repeat thoughts. It's obviously because this game is intended to be played even if you don't really read the books. So how else would you know that Sokolov and her had some kind of connection if she doesn't explicitly state that? It's not a great sensation, I feel, but it's somewhere there. What is that? Oh, it just tells me where the black market is. We are hiding dice. I was looking at the subtitles for the show yesterday, and whenever this ability gets used, it does say it hides dice, which I found to be quite cute. Okay, quite a lot, but not as many as before. That's how it feels anyway. There's something more there. But just a chunk of raw whalebone. Just in case. It's probably enough to meld all my talismans together. Okay. This was just a path I didn't see for the longest time. Alright. I don't know if I'm in neutral territory or not.
Malcontents are saying that our bridges are crumbling, that people are leaving our cities. But as I look out from the windows of the Grand
Two
Palace,
coins
I know
for that
these are
cat lap?
lies.
Well, no more, thank you.
Draconis is a land
Place
of
is a
riches.
dump anyway.
Yes, some people are poor, they're lazy. It's true that across our capital city there are abandoned buildings.
Why would you... Why would you do that? It didn't say I'm in hostile territory, but I guess it doesn't matter, like, I assume. Alright.
Draconis. Who else would it be?
40-something.
Malcontents are saying that our bridges
Or
are
just there.
leaving our cities. But as I look out from the windows of the Grand Palace, I know these are lies. Draconis is a land of riches.
Vehicle.
Yes, some people are poor, they're lazy. It's true that across our capital city there are abandoned buildings full of blood flies. There have always been blood flies.
Fine and be done with it. No use making trouble.
Rot, fall apart.
Playing dice tonight.
Drop of wine you can, then you pass into nothing.
Who dies tonight? Excuse me?
Dust everywhere, no matter what you do.
Shakers.
An entire ship of werewolves just right from under their noses. Idiots.
There's a dead body. Lucky Needle. It is Lucky Needle. Slight chance to recover sleep darts. Alright. Let's try and craft some together. high chance for the bone charm to be corrupted. 0 chance for bone charm corruption. Corrupted probably introduces, because this is a corrupted one, so I get negatives. I don't think I get any positives. So if I just do... Oh yeah, and there was something if I do 2 of the same thing. Zero chance of corruption, and then 2. Okay. There's no real negative to me. Okay. I might be just wasting whalebone, obviously. No. I wanted to equip bone charms. Oh, and because I removed some of them. I actually need to craft them back into a bone charm to be able to use them. That's right. So let's get this one, which not as cool. This is mostly to conserve space, right? There we go. Now we're walking around with many bone charms. Quit your gear at the black market shops to unlock more slots. Is that a whole portrait? Ramsey's stochastic eyes. That's your first portrait of the day? Silver War Medal, that's quite a lot. Letter to Bonneville. Major Bonneville, thank you again for your help. Without you, it would have been impossible to trace the final members of the Grand Circonian Guard who were with Stilton last night. That night, yeah. Last night, 3 years ago, that's right. The last man had made it all the way north to Maya, if you can believe it, and was recovering at a Tivian asylum for the poor, claiming to have seen all manner of strange things on the night of Stilton's last social gathering. He even described an exotic, hooded figure visiting the manor. Perhaps someone connected to Stilton's disappearance. Such matters are best left to military men such as yourself, I suppose. I still have your bank agent's name and address. Rest assured your final payment will be delivered soon. I am also sending a small flask of a liquor that is close to my heart, made from the pomace left over after wine grapes have been pressed. Please think of me as you enjoy. Yours truly, Brianna Ashworth. That name is familiar somehow. Got a few coins. And swords. I don't know why it highlights swords. I guess it's so you can see them better. That same portrait of someone I still don't know.
No, sure, he knows how to talk with the boss.
I want to visit the black market. First of all.
Gotta get a spare uniform.
Don't want to step on that. Majesty Delilah Coldwin. Adventure Station.
It ain't to be anybody else.
Somewhere down there. Maybe. Well, I'm going there. Turns out. I really don't like these. These scare the shit out of me. Bosses beware. When we're screwed, we multiply. There's a rune somewhere nearby? We for sale. I'd gather. That's the entranceway. So it ought to be somewhere over there. Oh, there it is. I heard a lady talking.
You know, I sleep in the shop most nights. The city's not safe.
Silver Spike. Oh, I haven't read that newspaper actually. There was one in the previous one. I thought the Silver Spike was an event, but it wasn't.
If you're not with the guard, I'm happy to serve. Welcome. You look like someone with refined tastes.
Sure do. What can you help me with?
I'm new to Karnaka. I need a tool that can rewire a wall of light, the kind the Grand Guard uses, and I'd prefer not to explain myself.
I can help you out, but not right now. Don't even linger here. I'm supposed to get a visit from Paolo, someone you don't want to meet. Come back later.
Understood.
You should go. We can do business another time. Like I said, Paolo is coming by.
Laugh like that. You should march yourself over to a doctor this very instant. Coughing up.
Lock it down. This one. Who do we have here? I wonder why your face is covered, lady.
That's my business. Who are you supposed to be?
I'm Paolo. In this part of town, everything's my business. And slumming rich kids should remember all that etiquette they learned. Maybe you need another lesson. Is that what you came down here for?
Better take off. Paolo's in a bad mood.
You shouldn't have wandered outside without bodyguards.
Cut you into
my
pieces.
baby.
Think you look tough?
Time to die, little
Living
girl.
a soft life.
I'll
Come
crush
on.
you, you parasite. I'll keep that knife. Yes, and this
Monster.
damn you.
That's not the move I want to use.
This isn't.
Shit.
Where is it?
Won't get away.
That's not natural.
Another
Fuck, I died. Okay. Okay, let's get this ready.
Howlers don't tolerate rivals. Leave while you can.
Howler! I bet you've been living a soft life.
She won't go anywhere.
Keep that scarf of yours.
Think you look tough?
Serves you right for killing one of mine.
What do you mean, killing?
The Howler you killed was a friend of mine.
Wait, no, what do you mean, killed? They vanished. I'm pretty sure I hit them with the sleep dart, no?
Lock it down. This won't take long. Sure we have some privacy.
Alright, that's funny.
Howlers don't tolerate rivals. Leave while you can. That's your last mistake.
I don't understand what like. I'm safe's coming because it's. How far do you want me to go? Like I'm a person allegedly. I'm not supposed to warp away.
Even my toes.
Lock it down. This won't take long. Privacy.
Gun.
Who do we have here? I wonder why your face is covered, lady.
He's gone.
Okay, he's supernatural.
What just happened?
He changed. Right at the end. Paolo's not just a gang leader.
Come in. I might have what you've been asking for.
Let me just carry these guys in. Like last time they got shadow killed.
Greetings. I serve with discretion.
4 new upgrades available. Hardened bolt, greater damage. Instant sleep dart, instantly puts an enemy to sleep. Immolates an enemy. Stinging bolt causes the enemy to flee and forget. I want this.
A pleasure to do business.
Key to unlock the ticket booth. Someone took the ticket booth key off of a drunk guardsman assigned to protect the carriage station. With this key, unlock the ticket booth and gain access to the money inside. If you can avoid the Grand Guard. Sure.
You won't be sorry.
Upgrades.
See. I have some upgrade plans for your gear.
Crossbow accuracy, extended range, faster reload. Instant sleep darts. Thank you.
Well made.
The upgrades, I'll see about that. I won't be using guns, I think. Mind optics. Second greater level of magnification. Even more charm inventory.
I used to own a cafe down at the docks, but the smell of fish blood was stronger than the smell of morning coffee. I had to sell it.
Each stun mine functions an additional time. Let's get accuracy.
Sometimes I wish I had the Grand Inventor among my clients, but I've heard he's not so easy to please.
Light speed. Travel further. Stinging bolt. I can't imagine. Needing that. Let's get the refined optics. And the extra inventories. Sword crossing. It's not inexpensive. See, that's a lot of goods.
Keep to the shadows. That's my advice.
You did also say a hacking tool, didn't you? Or did I actually miss it?
The situation in the Empire has driven...
Oh, I need money now.
Didn't see anything worth buying?
God damn it. Ah, alright, let's look for cash. Look for some seat cushions that look like they weren't pilfered. Such as this one. Is there a way to keep track of my coins? I don't really have an inventory, do I? That's 2 buttons.
You look like you're doing pretty well. Appreciate it. I'll let you in on a secret. I saw people coming and going recently, looking for whale oil, up to something. Everybody's got the willies now. Feels like the city might collapse. I worked in the silver mines here until the dust got to my lungs. So many people legging it from the city. The Grand Guard and the Howlers won't have anybody to tax or rob.
Alright, let's see what the hut says about you.
He's rotting away from the inside out, spreading the disease to those who share his campsites. If he has any other secrets, they are hidden from me.
That's it?
I've already told you his secrets.
He's sitting on that coin.
You watch yourself. Her Grand Guard aren't too friendly to strangers.
I hear that. Isn't there really no way to find out how many coins I have? Is it stats? Economy, coins collected 502. Wouldn't that be enough? Or is that the total amount I have?
I'm glad to see you well.
No, I have 125. Let's see where that is. Playthrough. No.
You know, I sleep in the shop most nights. The city's not safe.
That's interesting. I don't know how to process the fact that I don't know how many coins I have. What was that blue tinge? I just got 20 coins. No flammable liquids, but I don't really need them anyway. Can I stop here? No. They're telling me there's one more somewhere. Clearly not. I was in the toilet. It's been shooting blood flies. Wow. What a way to go. Not brilliant by any means, but good enough. Will this lead me behind the shop? Stuff over there. Someone looking in through there. Tivianor. Worth 20 a pop. I imagine I don't even have to buy the rewire tool. Like, obviously there's another option somewhere in there. But, you know, suggested that I do so. A safe that's already been picked clean. What a massive disappointment. As stealthy as an elephant in a china shop.
Impressive how you managed to get there. Be careful. Those people in the oil tanks might still be around.
Armored gate key needed.
You said whale oil. I got it for you. Not easy to pinch either.
No, you screwed up. It won't work without another tank. Not enough blast. You gotta trust me on this.
All right. I don't know shit about explosives. Never said I did. I'll go out again later and find some more.
Good. You can't rush jobs like this. It takes a smooth hand.
Can't piss around here forever either. Eventually some wanker will see us and the howlers will catch wind. But I hear you. One more tank.
I need a way to sneak around her. Did you howl? Just... Alright, you girls are weirdos.
Steps out of line.
Never
I'm
be
gonna
used
be
to
the first to show him what's what.
Ugh, disgusting.
A sparrow right in his eye. That's what I should have done. Next time, for sure.
That was kind of where I should have done it.
One wrong word and I'm stuck over here. What a racket.
Hey man, how's it going? Give me a second, I'm doing something quite stealthful. Okay. 2 burglars. I'm doing alright, how about you? Letter from Bethy? Sarah, things are rotten here in Dunwall. Nothing is the same since the coup. It ain't safe for no one, and there's no jobs neither. You get yourself back here and take your kids. It ain't right that you should have left them with me for so long. Anyway, it mentioned how sickly they was, and bad behaved. Now, you're my sister and that counts for something, but when the new month comes, I'm leaving. There's no more I can do. I ain't their mother, and they won't listen. I can't afford to feed them no more. There's nothing left for beers or rent by the time they're done eating. And not a penny from you. Off to find your fortune in Karnaca. Some fortune. Well, that's the end of it. Oh, they are. They're doing something. And they needed another whale oil tank to blow a wall? They're up to something. What's over here? One chunk of raw whale bone. And nothing much else. I need so much money. They're digging. They're digging, but like, is it that wall? Where are they digging? I'll drop that and be reckless. Alright, so that wasn't it. But this is a place I can have a whale oil tank if need be. Let me take that one with me. You want this?
Thanks again.
No worries. Just don't spread your disease to me. Thank you. There's a whole apartment here. Withering ryegrass. Nothing super special. But hey, I tried using the shadow mode to walk through places. I don't know how successful that was, but it was something.
Thanks again.
Can get through there. And I still don't know how much money I have. Mission items? Okay, it's in mission items. 325, that should be enough. I needed 200. So let's just get one.
Come in, my friend. Always a delight to see you.
So just that.
I hope you'll think of me again.
Rewire the wall of light. The thing is, I don't actually want to rewire it. I want to turn it off because someone will get killed by it if I do. So maybe... And then we have a security panel. Is it absolutely certain? I think they've intentionally put this here to dissuade me. Oh yeah. Can't stand on spikes. Come on, I don't like single options. God damn it. What do you have?
I haven't seen the kids in 2 years.
Elementary. Q, rescue, and V. Double V, X, Y, then Z. Now I've got my A's and Z's. Tell me what you think of me.
Intellectual, clearly. It's another conversation I can't find. Okay, didn't I buy a ticket booth key? I think I did. How about that?
Could be anything. Just gotta watch my own back.
No, everyone fucking saw that. I say scummed, I'm sorry. Technically, I should have lived with the consequences of that, but... I don't know, they don't have that...
Duke of Circonus. Who else would it be? Malcontents are saying that our bridges are crumbling, that people are leaving our cities. And as I look out from the windows of the Grand Palace, I know...
Like, they're not as blind as any other stealth creature in video games. They certainly have a little bit of observational skills. And that is weird to me.
There have always been blood flies. There always will be. It's the way of the world. Things rot. fall apart. You squeeze out every drop of wine you can, then you pass into nothing.
We're playing dice tonight. You in?
Wouldn't miss
It ain't
that.
my job to check on the grind.
Okay, as long as they're not soldiers, they shouldn't react to me too poorly. I think. Let's try that hypothesis there.
Watch yourself around the Duke's men.
We're up there. Alright.
If you want my advice, just pay the fine and be done with it.
Sometimes I remember the breeze on my skin.
I need new boots.
You want
Just
advice?
don't fit right.
Don't drink from the canal.
I'll probably find myself a card table later on. Why does she want that apartment? Dust everywhere, no matter what you do.
It hides dice. The crown killer is... What was that? What? Ching. Ah, that's quite a lot of blood flies. It's a big one. I mean, I can do it. Just don't lay your eggs in me, right? That's my blood amber. Okay, as long as there's no people, I'm fine. But these guys should be producing lava out of every orifice, according to the books we've read. Seance notes. Month of song. Lady Cottington brought silk scarves from her boutique, one of which Mr. Prospero used to gently strangle her. I managed a count of her pulse and observed her breathing. When the life signs faded, we left her still for 2 full minutes before reviving her. Was it really the void she described? Have we succeeded in seeing the unseeable? My hand trembles as I recall the intensity in her eyes as she struggled to recount with broken voice that what she felt during those 2 minutes. I conversed with our group that less gentle methods were needed if our desire to meet the outsider was sincere. Bloodfly fever voluntarily induced. That would be our way to the void. After procuring a few bloodflies and some Adamar solution, we coated our hands with the elixir before exposing them to the vivarium. The stinging was unbearable. Lady Cottington fainted immediately. I was the last one to remove my hands. The fever was quick to set in, and I faded in and out of consciousness, ocean waves pounding above me. There were silhouettes in the distance and shimmering black rocks, a timeless passing, in an unthinkable place, while delirium held us for a few hours. I must head back there as soon as possible, when my wounds have healed. Yeah, those people are very much dead. More coinage of an admirable variety. And I just got up here, so it's time to go 1 floor up. See what our little cultist friends have been doing. There's no hive master or whatever they were called, right? It's is breakable, but not circumventable is more the word. A graceful way to die. They had a nice thing going. Books, candles, sheets, the works.
I'll tell you a story about Kieran Jindosh, a prodigy from Karnaka. Self-taught, he was hailed by the Academy of Natural Philosophy as a genius who would surpass Sokolov and bring about an age of enlightenment. But just 2 years after his arrival, he was banned from the Academy for life, for reasons that are still not public. When they deported him, he left behind a machine that drank seawater, playing music that brought listeners to tears. They probably took it apart, and it has never worked since.
Machine that drinks seawater and plays music. Truly a gifted and talented man. Chloroform. Whispers of the Void. Treatise on the physical existence of that foreign realm. It's a common story. A person has stopped breathing, pinned under carriage wheels and some other tragic happenstance, and is thought to be dead, and then the weight is removed, they make a quick recovery. But nonetheless, for a moment or two, the person was lost to us. I've read this before. Yeah, I didn't mark it as a new thing. I bet the second one. These little glimpses of the void and dreams are described by these awoken from comas. I've read that too, apparently. It's not a new book. Quite nice. And what of this? It's just a way for me to get out of this building, or to enter it quickly, as I could have. Alright. That's a second playthrough kind of +1 idea. Now the ticket booth thing is a bit annoying, because I don't really know what to do with it. This is clearly just a crate for a thing. It's not like I can take this down a notch and do something with it, can I? Nothing so interactable, I assume. Let's try to get as close as I can using these.
It feels safe. What is wrong with this city?
I did change that. Yeah, I do have it on 5. I can look at people.
I always get these shifts. Than a week's wages, this is the worst assignment.
Wait. Ah. There we go. See, that's something else. Now we're somewhere we're not supposed to be.
Maybe I should have it looked at. I don't think it's supposed to fester like that. Well, a little pus is alright, but this?
The Spy Master's axis of asymmetry. Thank you for the portraiture. Okay, that was a new book. The southern winds presented at the Academy for the benefit and moral edification of the pupils therein. Excerpt from a speech. The Southern Winds by Caleb Manley, natural philosopher. Cherished students and learned colleagues, have you not heard the tales of Serkonos and the beauty of its people? I pose questions today that I hope to answer in great detail. Let us start with the ones commonly asked by travelers for many decades. Does the warmer climate affect the spiritual outlook of a people? Are those born in Tivia, Morley, and Bristol possessed of a more taciturn nature through the geographic and meteorological conditions of their birth? Are these subjects influenced by the obscure currents of warmer water and air that are channeled across the dreadful ocean from the Pendician continent itself? We know so little about that far land. In my travels, I have been impressed with the commonality shared across all cultures, but also in the differences. It is my goal to illuminate these areas of inquiry, and I will share at least one spicy Serkonian recipe with you before the day is done. That doesn't seem like natural philosophy, but good on you for writing a dream journal, or whatever that was. The Child Empress? Have I read that? Apparently not. There was a definitive moment when people stopped calling Emily Caldwin the Child Empress. It came after an ambush by the Regenters, an extremist group who wanted to return Dunwall to the authoritarianism of the Lord Regent's time. On the way back to Dunwall Tower, Caldwin's carriage was blocked between two gates, and her attackers firing pistols and even throwing a grenade. With the Royal Protector too far away to be of service, the young Empress, only 14, found herself all alone in the carriage, save for her friend Alexei Mayhew. Caldwin's supporters are lucky that Mayhew was there, as she was brave enough to grab a grenade that had landed at her feet, throwing it back at the assailants, and saving... Oh, Alexei is a she, I'm sorry. Throwing it back at the assailants and saving the Empress. When one of the men dropped down from the forward gate, it was Emily Caldwin who yanked free a short railway brace and beat the man senseless with it. With the city watch closing in, the two girls held their ground against the debris of the carriage until the situation was secure. It is said that Emily Caldwin refused to have the Regenters executed for their crimes, and that is hailed by many as her first adult decision as Empress. Cited for her heroic actions, Alexei Mayhew was commissioned by the City Watch when she turned 18, and was later made captain by Emily Caldwin herself. Oh, Alexei is the, ginger woman that died. Is it not? Bangor coastline. Apparently, Reflections on my Journey to the Pendician Continent, Part 2 by Anton Sokolov, Chapter 14, is something new. Are you ready? Because I am about to read again. As much as I don't want to. I'm forcing myself to, anyway. We were only miles from shore, but our approach was marred by numerous hidden reefs and jagged rocks. They lay shallow, and we spied two vessels that succumbed to them some time ago. The remaining crew was uncharacteristically silent as we edged by the weathered wrecks. The first mate declared a particularly narrow channel to be unpassable, but the captain dispatched 10 crewmen onto the submerged coral with sledgehammers. Thereafter, each chest deep in water, they pulled the Antonio Quiro into the tiny channel with ropes. It proved a marvelous solution. Give me a second. However, just as we were able to lower the rope ladders, tragedy struck, as the men were beset by a school of reef-dwelling eels. Apparently their toxic bites were quite painful. From the railing we could see them swarm the men, who begged us for aid before succumbing to the paralytic effect of the toxin. Within moments, all were still in the water. We continue on in silence, and by sunset we had cleared the bars and put an anchor in bay with a red rock beach and emerald overgrowth beyond. I think we read part 4 of those. I have a faint memory. Oh, no real human. A Blackburn charm. Lucky gem. Enemy pistols have a better chance of misfiring. Sure, let's try that. That is astounding. Never played this one? I haven't either, that's why I'm doing it. It's quite good so far. I'm on the 4th mission. And I'm just taking things slow. Because I feel like I deserve it. Okay, there's definitely no one here. I'll eat the carrots. Conservatory closure extended. A representative from the Royal Conservatory confirmed today that the site's closure has been extended once again, with no promise when it might reopen. Curator Brianna Ashworth could not be reached for comment. Readers will remember that an infestation of mites in the Roseboro exhibit forced the closure nearly 6 months ago, though there have been rumors that no exterminators have been hired. The Roseboro exhibit was to be a prestigious event sponsored by the Academy of Natural Philosophy, with hopes of attracting numerous experts and guest lecturers from across the Isles. This important expedition is now on hold indefinitely due to the extended closure. For hopeful visitors, there is nothing to do but wait for further word. I know that Sokolov fucked something up in the Royal Conservatory because it was in the book I read. A kind of weird Pendician continent mind control device. Yeah, I bet you're gonna sell that apartment. Sell? Sell. Sorry, I thought I saw something for a moment. It's my playful imagination. But yeah, I'm just trying this newfangled way of playing video games that is just slow as shit and is in no rush to get anywhere. I just read all the books. I drink it in. And have a good time, instead of rushing to have it end as quickly as possible. Oh, and there's a safe. Someone's business. Note from Corey Brockburn. 25th day, month of Timber, 1851. Janice. You'll find everything in the safe. I've written the combination in the usual place. You know where to look in the office. I changed all the safe tumblers recently because I feel like I'm being followed. Pretty sure I heard shuffling and heavy breathing from somewhere nearby in the dark while I was closing up the office for the night. It's not the Grand Guard this time. We're being watched for certain. It's probably safer to postpone our next gathering. Can you warn the others? I'll leave for Calero when I'm done with today's clients. It's written somewhere in the office, you say? And I know where to look.
Nice.
Flammable liquid exists? Try and find where it's written. Oh. 9-3 and then rotate the last tumbler until it clicks. Top 7 apparently. Gathering of the Regenters, 2nd day, month of September 1851. All members present, primary agenda, possible actions for the upcoming anniversary of the death of Empress Jessamine Caldwin. Proposed by Corey Brockburn, letter to the Karnaca Gazette, explaining that while her murder was reprehensible, the end results may have been positive for the Empire. Action. Motion approved unanimously. Proposal by Janice Tynes. Members wear Lord Regent's crest armbands on the anniversary. Objection by Corey Brockburn. Lovely idea, but it may hurt business for members who need to deal with many clients on that day. Clients might find it in poor taste. 4 votes against, 3 votes in favor. Motion rejected. Candid proposal by Janice Tynes. Armbands could be worn on the 15th anniversary of the Lord Regent's unlawful arrest. Motion approved unanimously. Proposal by Teodoro Benitez. Campaign demanding wider deployment of the Wall of Light. Brought back into use in Karnaca by Duke Luca Bella. The boldest measures are the safest. Vote delayed until word comes from the Grand Guard leadership, collecting facts on reductions in crime across Karnaca. Proposal added to agenda for next gathering. Cocktails and spirits served. So these cunts are regenters? You slimy dogs. You try to kill me. Texas.
When the Grand Guard go into the place and see it packed solid with blood flies, they burn the building to the ground. And the ones on either side.
They may just smoke flash it. Either way, the jewels will be ruined. We're not getting our money, are we?
Have some faith. It'll just be more complicated than I thought it would be.
The Dukes let the blood flies get out of hand this year. Am I ever gonna catch a break?
Nobody's looking out for nobody right now. We'll go back tonight and dig the jewels out. After that, we'll make a quick exit from Karnaca.
Okay. Shadow Walk. Here. And 2 spring raises. Do you not hate me? Apparently you don't. Alright. Otherwise you would have made a fuss.
The Grand Guard. How are we supposed to get ahead here? Always paying off the Grand Guard.
I doubt I can help you. Whatever you want.
Single carrot.
If you're looking, the mines always need new workers.
Yeah, I'd like to cough up black liquid.
Can get used to the heat here. Or the dust.
Oh, this is a completely different side of the same thing. I mean, you're not lighting up in red, so you must not hate me.
You there! I need your help.
Wait! Look! I think her head is worth a fortune! Oh, she won't go anywhere! What's going on here? Leaving so soon?
This won't take long.
I bet you've been living a soft life.
Let's see what you've got.
You shouldn't have wandered outside with
Think
that
you look
body.
tough?
Keep that
Hiding
nice
your
scarf of
face.
yours. I'll crush you parasite.
I'm waiting, coward.
Aim at the head. I want to finish her.
Oh, no, she's with them too. That is just an ambush. That is proper fucked. These are also the first times we're dying in here. And look, he's... Oh, he is...
of my own. That's the life.
There. I need your help.
We're playing dice tonight. Are you in? What's going on here?
Think you look tough, hiding your face? Come back here! I'll
This
crush
won't
you,
take
you
long.
parasite!
Miss that.
Cut you in the
Fuck.
Who's running? Oh, that's...
No. No, that's not what I want to do. That is an interesting engagement right there. Mainly because I don't know what to do about it. Clearly there's a lot of people involved. Now if I could link most of them. It's one there, one there, and one there. There's way too many of them. For my own personal comfort, anyway. Maybe I just take it even slower. This one's the one of interest. Could I? And this is a strong hypothetical. Shadow walk down there. I can't pick items up.
What's going on here? Over there. Hey, you! Come here.
Time to die.
You in the piece. You should.
Yeah, that's... Ah, Shadow Walk. Shadow Walk. What do I do with Shadow Walk? I don't know. Those are all good questions. And obviously, I'm not super enthused.
Your face is covered. The Grand Guard won't like that.
Is there like a bottle I could pick up?
You where's that?
Not this time. Careful with that sword.
Careful. Hey.
What the?
You there.
Oh, it was a flammable one. Of all the things I pick up, it's the one flammable one. Anyway, like, my intention was much simpler.
Who's making trouble?
Why would I want this? Okay, these guys are more out of sight, out of mind, I feel. Right, these are the...
Someone should have come through already.
Hush. Don't tip off the mark.
How long are we gonna wait for some lost aristocrat? Pull through.
Long as it takes. You want to eat, right?
Maybe this ain't such a good spot for an ambush.
God's shaking people down. More blood flies this year. People just ain't walking the streets anymore.
Getting hard to make a decent living.
Sure, let's use one. I also played the first one. So far it's very similar, but also very different. I feel it's like a slight bit harder. That might also be because I'm forcing myself to not save scum as much. You probably can't tell by the last couple of minutes because I keep bunging it up. But I'm trying to see what I can do about this. Okay, I have the ability to link these two people. Do I have the ability to link 3? I could just afford this. Doppelganger doesn't seem like that good of an investment. And I'm just going to get a rune, so this will be accessible later. Let's get 3 people linked together. Excuse me, what does that say? Linked together by holding while sweeping across enemies or pressing or aiming at an enemy. Can I get a good look at that guy? Not really. And he will see me if I stick my head out there. How do I get that? Not that way. Fuck! Oh, I bunged it. I pressed F, and then I let go thinking it was cancelled, and it wasn't. And now I imagine I have to go all the way and deal with those two. Oh, the one spike? Yeah, sure. So the thing about Domino is that it needs a really nice little range.
The mark.
How long we gonna wait for some lost aristocrat to stumble through?
Long as it takes. You wanna eat, right?
Maybe this ain't such a good spot for an ambush.
God, shaking people down. More blood flies this year. People just ain't walking the streets anymore.
Hard to make a decent living.
I'm gonna jump off of Helena's cell. Fucking Mick Foley. Right here. Okay. That's the original 2. That guy's just difficult, isn't he? Okay, it's not cheesable in this manner. And that fucking light. Okay, this offers new vantage points. Bound to 6. Let's do 4 and then 6 instead. Please tell me this is close enough. Or is this because I didn't take the fucking upgrade before I saved? Yes, it is. Right, and now I... Stealth? Stealth. Two. When did I kill 2 people? Yale, you screwed me. Paolo was where you said he'd be, alone. We knifed him 50 times. He was choking blood when I drove a rail spike through the side of his head. Then he was just gone. There wasn't nothing but a bunch of rats. Not sure how he pulled that trick, but you must have known. You scumbag. Next day, Paolo came back with 10 howlers. Got us a couple... Oh wow, fucking, I can't read this. When it's in a weird jargon, I just... Got us a couple at a time. Dragged Brenda and Thomas screaming into the streets and bashed them all their teeth with a hammer. Put that crazy powder in their eyes. Had them seeing terrible things, screaming like carnival clowns, mouths all running red. Then Paulo gave them the word and they shot him. Those screaming darts they use. They stayed dead. So I'm finished, asshole. And I bet you's working with the howlers all along, I swear. If I ever sees yous again, I'll stick you. Fucking... And Grey River. Where did I kill 2 people? There we go. Into the collection receptacle you go. Thank you.
Somewhere near they hold hands. They drink poison together. This old couple. A banker tricked them out of their home.
Howler dust. Puts it in their eyes, he does. You're not dead, you're not dead. I feel like it's those 2 kids. That I dropped off after I... God, what's his name? Paulo. Does that count as a noticed?
So I don't have to listen to them tell me about how...
Wonder who that was.
Who do you think it is? Okay, maybe I could have just gone there.
It's funny to think about, but she could be reading the letter right now.
Every noise is definitely not properly stereo.
Ugh, I'm hungry.
Reckless behavior is rewarded. Silver spike on howlers. I should read all of those silver spikes when I'm not stressed. Yeah, they have helmets. Elite guards have helmets. Spare oil tanks as much as you'd want. Let's try it. Going down here. Good employees. One of the booth keys has been stolen again. This time I'm not having it remade, so you can have the share of the remaining key. Peeper, when your shift is over, just wait for Narcisco to arrive, then hand the key over to him. Narcisco, you wait for Daniel, and so on. Nobody leave the key in some stupid hidey hole, whatever. If you lost the key, it's lost or stolen. Oh, if the last key is lost or stolen, we won't be able to open the booth and you'll be out of work. If you're worried, pull your coin and have another key made, or go buy the old one back from the black market, as I'm pretty sure that's where it is now. I do have access to the ticket booth. And now, the supernatural precision of taking coins out from a cash register without closing it. A stun mine. Pyrosonic casing. Price going up? No, it's not. Okay. Somewhat glad I went in here. Do I need to disable this at all? Oh, I wouldn't have been able to open it through there. God, it's just blowing my fucking hair in. Not through a window, not nothing. Mindy Blanchard. The hell is it not your friend's Mindy Blanchard? Wanted by the Grand Guard for vicious crimes and gang-related enterprises. Dangerous and not to be trusted. Mindy. I imagine I'll meet her at some point. Okay, I feel like that was sufficient. I don't have to reprogram the wall of light. It's not up here. So it was just to get into this section. Black market weak wall. Burglars are planning to knock down a weak wall leading to the back of the black market shop. They don't have enough whale oil for the blast. Okay, so maybe if I brought the whale oil tank from here all the way around, there might have been a way to Empress Delilah's secret. Today, risking my very life, I bring you probing questions about our new Empress, Delilah Caldwin. Or depending on the political leanings, Delilah Copper Spoon. Oh, he knows. Is it true that her mother was a kitchen maid employed in Dunwall Tower? Even if so, that does not prove she was Emperor Euhorn Caldwin's daughter. If the Emperor did in fact have a second secret daughter, making her the true heir to the Caldwin throne, why didn't he make the proper arrangements? Outside speculation, what else do we know about our Empress Delilah? What can the Silver Spike tell you beyond marketplace gossip? We can date her past from the time she claims to have grown up in Jessamine Shadow. We know when Delilah's most regarded paintings were bought and sold, but where was she between those earlier times and this year, when she ascended the throne in Dunwall? Such a long gap away is suspicious, is it not? No artwork sold, not even an address for record. Not even an address of record. I guess place of living and shit like that. No neighbors stepping forward with juicy tales from the long period before she arrived in Karnaca just 3 years ago. Therein lies a mystery worth cracking, dear readers. Her activities in the time before she was first seen with our dear Duke Luca Bell. So Spike doing the real work, apparently. On Howlers. Your dear editor is stepping aside this week to give you both sides of an argument raging across the city. Guest editor, the Howler Blight. The letter published last week by the Gazette was an outrage. How could Madame Anteau suggest that the Dust District and even Karnaca itself would be better off if we legitimized Paolo and his Howlers in any way? Instead, decent folk should hope to wake one morning and read that Paolo is finally dead or in jail. And why would we be wary of the Abbey? Only a witch need worry about the wrath of the overseers. Sorry. The Howlers are nothing but a bunch of cutthroats who never worked a day in their life. Everything they have, they stole. If you want their so-called protection, it comes at a price. On the contrary, the overseers have dedicated their lives to spreading the good values of the Seven Strictures. Believe me, the dust in the Bastilla is not in our street, but in our hearts. And only the Abbey will make us clean again. That is propaganda for the Abbey in my goddamn newspaper. I don't know if I want to rob the black market. I could. But should I? Sorry, the one viewer apparently is woken up. Shadow walk with rats. Improved shadow attack. Up to 2 enemies before needing to do that. Let's get rats, because rats seems useful. You can pass through rat tunnels, which lead you to remote areas and allow you to bypass hostile stuff. So she isn't possessing a rat like Corvo, she's just a shadow that can walk through a rat grate. Summon entity can throw up to 4 enemies. Can pass unnoticed or quickly assassinate them. That's expensive. But let's say I'm doing alright. And I don't need these, right? Yeah, that. There's no stealth upgrade for Shadow Kill that just sends them into a pocket dimension or something like that. Adrenaline. Nope. Reflexes for blocking projectiles, slowing time. And for parrying, quick reflexes seem to slow time briefly when an enemy spots you. That might be useful. These 2 in particular, if I have the spare runes. This is like the useful passive, breaking doors and throwing objects further. But I think that's this level, at least to me. It's a very tight one, but clearly I struggled with it a little bit. With the not killed, not noticed. Go to Upper Avenger District. Let's try it. In before, congratulations, this isn't the entirety of this level, there is more.
You can see Jindosh's mansion from here. The carriage line is blocked. I'll have to unlock the gate.
It's not done. Wow. There's just more of this level. I thought I was very clever and tight, and no. Turns out I'm a bum.
Ugh, I hate this woman. Itches like mad. Why can't I wear my regular clothes?
Is just doing that a bad idea? I'm not spotted officially, so I'd say I'm doing alright. There you go, no one's dead. Falling down is such an issue for me, apparently. The Clockwork Basics, we read that in the Dreadful Whale. I think Domino is quite possibly the better version of most of the abilities, as in, like, it's the one that is functionally useful to me more often than not. Alright, then it's got its own super bone charms and shit. Really is a separate. And they put barbed wire up there. Anyway, I think I can use Shadow Walk now. Oh, but Shadow Walk is expensive. That was nice. It was a fully detailed tunnel.
Huh?
Don't even look at me. There we are. So, where can I move from here? There's not much. I don't know if that's a different person or not.
You know, Bella is a friend of the dude. She and her husband got one of those clockwork soldiers months before anyone else. They had a party, and we uncrated.
Filthy air. Disgusting. I'm bored.
Okay, does that have a duration? He's dominant. Are you just gonna keep looking over there? Because I can work with this. I should have jumped there.
It's blood ox stew tonight. I'm starving.
I do think the officers should get extra rations. Work and we come from better families. I should think that's just obvious. No use running. Let me demonstrate how I earn my
No.
officer.
Alright, I didn't even see that cunt. I didn't even take it into account, and I safe-scummed because I'm a bitch. I, for some reason, really wanted... Oh, you suck.
Like a stocking without a leg? That's what? Nothing. Worse than nothing.
Well, miserable. Damn, I need to pee.
Did that count? No. Alright. Let's do that whole elaborate process again. Or not, I don't think the rats are gonna eat them, that's fine. I never really understood how rats worked anyway, so might as well. God, that pisses me off. I'm so unobservant. Somehow, some way. There's a whole ass wall of light. What do you mean you're noticing me? What do you mean you're noticing me? What exactly changed in my position? Like, I don't need to deal with you. I know I don't. I'm aware. Maybe I wasn't in stealth mode. Okay. I can disable the wall of light should I want to, but do I? A whole arsenal of things? I felt like it was correct to drink one.
Give me a handful of the clockworks and I'll clean up the dust district. I don't know. Maybe the tall boys were better for the time of the rat fight. They made people stand up straight. If the Duke has his way, we'll have an army of the clockwork soldiers by this time next year.
Okay. A veteran. Side alley key. New gate code. A new gate code. Open the gate for the carriage. Okay, I needed that. I would have missed this otherwise. Alloy polarization is a thing I can now purchase, apparently. There must be something clever about this room.
Entire shipment of whale oil tanks just gone, taken right from under their noses. Idiots.
Split the take, Lieutenant Rakos. By now you've had time to think it over. I'm in a good position where I'm at, and I've got the same deal going with 4 others in the Guard, spreading over Karnaca. People I trust watching major entry points. The offer is unchanged. If a very important person from Dunwall comes through, alone or with anyone else, and you're part of the squad taking them down, do whatever it takes to keep it quiet. Whatever it takes. Bring the body to me and we'll all gather up. The 6 of us will take credit for the arrest and we'll split the Duke's reward, money and maybe a post at the Grand Palace. Stick with us in this, Lieutenant, and you'll increase your odds. But don't tell a single soul. WL.
Family stung to death. So disfigured. Blood flying Nests all around them.
Combustion. What is combustion? Killing blood flies and rats restores health. Let's just equip all of these. Your grenades inflict slightly more damage, sure. I don't want to reverse the polarity.
Finish my shift, then I can go home. Put my feet up.
You're standing quick, soldiers. Interrogation report. Your name is Hieronymus Blass, yes, and you admit to writing, printing, and distributing the pamphlet called Get the Clankers Off of Our Streets. Yes, you should read it. How long before the Grand Guard entirely replaced by mechanical soldiers? Indifferent to human suffering, following some aristocrats' orders blindly. He kinda has a point, Captain. What if the Duke thinks we're not good enough for the job anymore? Don't want to go back to the mines. Corporal, this is hardly appropriate. Imagine, infallible, incorruptible soldiers. He's right, Captain. Interrogation suspended. That's the clankers off of our streets. It's the interrogation chamber.
I closed my locker before coming out. Last time I left it open, someone left a hangfish in my jacket pocket.
That was me. I hardly imagine that someone will walk in here whenever I turn off the wall, but I'm not willing to not risk it. That's not it. That's it.
The wall of light's not working.
Can I... Still good.
What? Hey, what happened here? I wonder what
Holy shit!
Fucking again? Alright, now that's spotted.
No use running.
Fuck, they're just everywhere. In like dark corners that I can't see. Like there wasn't a guard there before. And this is so far back. Oh, this is my penance, right?
Give me a handful of the clockworks and I'll clean up the dust district. Maybe the tall boys were better from the time of the rat plague. They made people stand up straight. Not change. If the Duke has his way, we'll have an army of the clockwork soldiers by this time next year.
In reality, I didn't need to disable the wall at all.
I've got enough to worry about. Clean it.
I didn't equip. for the bone charms. Oh, there we go. Fucking fine again.
Never earned those medals. Towards the soldiers.
Yep.
Let's get these shifts.
God damn it. I'm probably just really bad at noticing my surroundings, but there's so much of the surroundings. I feel like a bumbling idiot. There's no up from here, there's just over there. It was from a veteran? Where's the veteran? Oh, he's up there. And I didn't, because I never went. No cool painting, no nothing. Get this, I'm actually saving, thank you. Right. Now I can move. See, this is the penance I get for trying to do all of this. Okay, that one's 60 meters, that one's 80, and I can't tell if there's more. Now I have the extra alley key, so I don't need to use my mana. I'll take the Adamar anyway. That's weirdly unlit. Right, one of them shows up over there. I actually don't need to touch every guard. I don't know why I'm convinced of this.
Made a party, and we uncrated it.
27.
It's all about
Couldn't agree more. What's the matter? You saw something?
Hey, something wrong?
What's wrong with
Another mine shaft collapsed last week. Dead workers means lost profits.
No. You can't have it both ways. I don't understand. Is it...
what's happening now?
So it's okay if I'm sitting on his balcony. He's clearly the owner, right? He's... I don't... I guess I'm trespassing, right? That's how I'm gonna choose to explain it to myself. But other than that, like that sucks. That objectively fucking sucks. As in, like, I'm getting mixed signals that it's okay. Like, the other maid didn't react to me, but the one at the end of the room, identical model and everything, suddenly not alright.
So won't you marry me? 12 years have I been at sea, chasing monsters in the brine, dancing hagfish on the line. Martha, won't you marry me?
Floundering in Potter's Stead. Maybe I'd get invitations like that. It's all about who you come up with.
Couldn't agree more, my dear.
So why'd the grand inventor take the clockwork away from you?
Oh, they wanted it off their stage.
But it's not that family of robbers. Surely Bella is a husband for a happy
I feel like I didn't even set the clock. Oh, fuck off.
Someone there.
What did you, how, your cone is over there. Isn't this vision cone supposed to indicate that, or was I moving, standing up again? I don't understand. Maybe I'm getting reckless because this is the 17th time around I'm doing it, but like, come on.
Give for a bottle of pear soda.
You know, Bella is a friend of the Duke. Soldiers months before anyone else. They had a party.
If I hadn't spent half my life floundering in Potter's Stead, maybe I'd get invitations like that. It's all about who you come up with.
Couldn't agree more, my dear.
So why'd the grand inventor take the clockwork away from you? Couldn't they have asked if you didn't sleep?
And so they don't react to the door opening, they react to it.
But it's not that family of robbers. Surely Bella is a husband for a happy about that.
And the lady reacts to me, not the man, not the maid.
Slaughtered Bella's favorite gardener. Poor Bella said the back patio looked like one of the whaling slaughterhouses in Denver.
And what's up with that guard showing up? I don't know. Oh, that's... I'm coming for you, baby. Ah, this is a puzzle, right? Because I can't... And I need to eliminate her in a way that's sensible.
tasted awful. That weren't no blue-jawed hagfish. River crust is more likely. Something feels wrong.
Hello there, oi, I'm spitting.
I just have to finish. Then I can go home. Put my feet up.
Help! No! Guards! Someone!
Okay, no, no? No. No. Okay, so clearly I can't be seen by anyone, but the balcony's okay. The balcony is public.
You know, Bella is a friend of the Duke's. She and her husband got clockwork soldiers months before anyone else. They had a party, and we uncrated it.
If I hadn't spent half my life in Potterstead, maybe I'd get invitations like...
And then that kind of shit, like, before the dart hits them, they spot me.
You know, Bella is a friend of the Duke's. She and her husband got one of those clockwork soldiers months before anyone else. They had a party, and we uncrated it.
If I hadn't spent half my life
Thank you. Is it under your couch, you idiot? Oh no, it's somewhere in there. And there. And a shitty picture of a big owl. Okay, remove the latch. Duchess and everyone is asleep. Take an atomized solution. I thought this was a safe, but it wasn't.
That weren't no blue-jawed hagfish. Whole family's more likely. So this
Gotta keep my mind on my duties. Forget about that kiss.
I told him he was too skinny.
Kiss.
Told him he wouldn't last a day.
Someone here, they hold hands.
No, I wanted to fix that.
This old couple will take the truth out of their
Hello? Anybody? Don't make me search the whole place. I don't have time for that.
It was coming from here. Let's see.
I don't like that. Better have a look.
Gate controls? Oh fuck, no.
Wonder who that was. Can I imagine that? No, I'm sure.
Did I really?
Nobody there.
Did I fucking really? I'm in shadow. None of you should see me. And the problem is, I think if I go down here, I'll be spotted immediately. I mean, there's no point in going down here. What exactly do I get out of it? J mission clues. Yeah, I have it. I know I had to get here anyway. Okay. I know the discipline has gone to shit over the last few years, and especially this year, but this is a reminder that gate codes should not be written down and left lying around, where just anyone who wanders through the office can see them. These codes are for Grand Guard personnel only for good reason. Once you've read and memorized the codes, destroy them. Maybe your rank and assignment didn't mean squat to you, but if anything happens to Jindosh, we'll all face a firing squad at the Grand Palace. And what is my code then? 427. Go to the Clockwork Mansion. Oh, please tell me no. I kind of need this level to end.
The mansion has a strange beauty to it. Maybe I'll find a way to end this without killing Kieran Jindosh.
I hope you do. Please just end here. Yes. Oh my god. I'm so intimidated by this 7-hour-long level that I imagined in my head. That thankfully isn't real. Maybe it is real.
All right. I need to eliminate Jindosh and find Anton Sokolov.
I think we'll do this tomorrow. Like, genuinely, what the fuck? I've been doing alright so far, but I've played for 2 hours, and usually the level ends somewhere around here. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Sorry that we're ending here, but I feel like it's an appropriate spot. All things considered. Let's see if the full screen camera looks like shit. Kinda. Not too bad. Oh. My shitty haircut is showing though. Fuck. Most people have finished this game by now. I'm looking at the little how long to beat bar that is on the little library manager I have, and it's said to be over in like an hour, which I highly doubt is true, unless it's just Kieran Jindosh's mansion is the final level and somehow I've missed it. I don't know. Maybe people are just a lot quicker at the uptake than I am. Thank you for saying that. You're flattering me, but I don't believe you. I'm sorry. Wow. I am speechless, honestly. That is such a elaborate level. It's like 3 street levels, and then you just go into the mansion, and from what I've read, right, because it's kind of in the books, the Clockwork Mansion shifts in itself. You know, the walls change. I don't know if I can handle shifting walls at 1 in the morning. Like, goddamn. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be giddy all day tomorrow. I'm just going to think about that shit. I'm going to leave work stupid fucking early. Rush to get home and then do this. That's fucking nuts. And I feel like it was pretty thorough, right? I feel like I got most of the coinage, most of the little hidden stuff. I'm talking to NPCs, I'm reading books, I'm listening to what the heart says about unique people. I'm trying to immerse myself in it, but it's a scary game with somewhat arcane and illogical rules of stealth that I seemingly do not fully grasp completely. Like, how else was I supposed to steal that rune? Maybe I could turn into a shadow thing and, like, crawl past them, and maybe they wouldn't notice, is my only other thought. Because they're all 3 of them are sitting on the couch, and then the maid is, like, doing circles and having this erratic pattern. And clearly the view cone doesn't mean shit. So, I don't know. Stealth is weird. It feels a little bit more complicated than what it was in Dishonored 1, which was like, are you 2 centimeters above their head, or like exactly 90 degrees from their eyes? Then you're safe, for the most part. Maybe it's just the new engine and everything. They've gussied everything up. But, you know, we'll find out. Maybe I'll try and be ghostly. Maybe I'll try and be clever. But I highly doubt that there's just 4 missions in this game. There's no way. I'm just really, really slow. Which is, I guess, the intended speed we're going at. I don't want to rush. I don't want to feel bad about taking my time playing this video game that probably isn't going to happen again. Right? I know there's what is it called? Not the Veiled Terror. That's the book. Death of the Outsider is like another game on top of this. But I don't want this to end quickly. I want to be excited to come back from work and sit down and do this. Sorry, I'm involving you in me trying to, I guess, mass psychosis myself into enjoying video games again. This is not a pretty sight. Whatever psyop gets you out of bed in the morning. It's quite something. Anyway, let's call it a night. Let's see if anyone's on. Can I send you over to somebody's house? Make you knock on their windows and then act like I don't know. Guess Cobb's there. Let's give him people. I hate that it has to be a raid, but they removed my ability to silently host people. Am I still in Estonia? Obviously. It's fucking pissing hot. Oh. Alright. I'm gonna try and teleport you over to him. What is he playing? Revenge of the Savage Planet. I don't know what that is. You'll find out, won't you? You smart people. Alright. Thanks for watching ARTV tonight. Whatever I just said. See you soon. I'll be back tomorrow with more Dishonored 2, probably.